Okay, so after downing copious amounts of milk and cookies, the best way to prepare for anything, I'm going to start my Homestuck adventure. So, let's see what happened. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going. Looks like I chose correctly. Okay. This should be simple, and I'm kind of like, I want to make sure I do this right so I don't have to, like, keep redoing things. I assume I click here. And it was a long time ago. That link says something about 02. 001902. Interesting. Zoo smell, Pope Lord. Okay, let's do that again. John Egbert. Egbert, why does that sound familiar? Was that what he called it? Okay, story time. When I was in 9th grade, my teacher was this, like, he was a Vietnam War vet who had lost one of his eyes to shrapnel. And he taught physical science, which is basically like physics for freshmen. It was pretty stupid. I did really well in the class, but the thing was, he was just like one of the funniest people ever. And he was telling the story, whenever he would be describing a physics problem, it was always himself and Egbert. Egbert was like his nerdy best friend. And they were always fighting a bully named the Moose. And I don't know why they were always fighting the Moose. So, let's look at John's room. I'm like observing the space for things. If I had his room, I would probably rearrange everything. But he's got the bed in the corner, right by the window, just like I do. And that's like one of the best things ever. Okay. Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? Really bad movies? I see Ghostbusters over there. I don't know if that really counts as a really terrible movie. I can't really make out what the other two are. Let's see. Yeah, arms would be nice. He is pretty armless. Somebody on Tumblr mentioned that they were like armless people. So let's get those arms. Alright, arms are in the magic chest, and I am a poop lord. What precisely is a poop lord? Is it like a poopsmith, but better? Also, that's a lot of fucking candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 whole candles. He's pretty fucking short for a 13-year-old. Like, if I was only as tall as my nightstand chest of drawers, I'd probably be pretty distressed. Then again, I am pretty short myself, so I feel your pain, Short John. I feel your pain. Okay. Cake from the magic chest? Okay, how many cakes are there? Goodness gracious me. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed. Bed is a really not a good place for cake. Like, I know this from personal experience. It tends to kind of fall over and get frosting all over everything. And just generally not a good idea. So let's quickly retrieve arms from magic chest. Wow, and then he grew another set of arms to hold the set of arms. What's he got in there? For a second, those did not look like googly glasses. Those looked like a bra with boobs already on them. That'd be great, to have a bra with, like, boobs drawn on them. And why would he have a picture of this dude inside the chest? Who is this dude? What's he doing? Okay, so he's got the Arms. Okay. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. Your captalogue... Wait, what? You captalogue them in your Sylladex. You have no idea what that actually means, though. There are other items in the chest. How can you not know what that means? I mean, it's using pretty arbitrary words for it, but I'm assuming that it's sort of like when you're playing Phoenix Wright and you get the evidence, and it's like, you have this in your thing, and if you tap the bottom screen, you can show to people. Unless you're playing the old Game Boy version in Japan, in which case, I have no idea what you're supposed to do in that situation. Also, it's April. The tree is just starting to have leaves on it. Interesting. So there are other items in the chest. Really? Really, there are other items in the chest. See, I just thought that those were holograms. I don't know. What is with this really happy caterpillar-esque creature on his shirt? I mean, I picked a black shirt for my first session because I didn't want you to think about fandom when you're looking at me in the corner and be all distracted, like... Because I have a lot of fandom shirts over there in the world of Abyss. Okay, examine contents of chest. Ooh, okay, so then the boob glasses have a nose on them. It would be a very bad place for a nose. Looks like he's got some Mike and Ike or Tic Tacs or something. Handcuffs? Oh, John. John, my love. For a 13-year-old, you sure do get around. Okay. Magical wizard hat and sword. Don't really go together. I mean, this probably works off int, and this probably works off str. Book about a wise guy, and something that looks like you spilled a lot of glitter on it. Colonel Sassacre's daunting... I'm gonna read the text down here instead, because I don't think I can actually read that. In here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these. Well, he's an aspiring amateur magician person. So, I mean, their definition of skill is probably relative. So let's see. Among the artifacts are two fake arms, currently captalogued in your Sylladex, one pair of trick handcuffs. Trick handcuffs? Aw. One stunt sword, one magician's hat, one pair of beaglepuss glasses. I don't know if I'd call those beaglepuss. I mean, unless Groucho Marx is, you know, copyrighted or something. Let's see. Several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and one copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery, and one copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavini. Some of this stuff may come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take the smoke pellets. Because of all those things, the smoke pellets are probably the best idea. I don't know, I'd take the handcuffs, personally. I mean, you can do a lot with handcuffs. And considering what I know, spoilers, about this, sex is kind of a big deal. Which is weird, because this is a webcomic about lots and lots of teenagers having lots and lots of sex. Interesting. Let's see. Captalogue, smoke pellets. Ooh, he has a whole deck. 4 available slots. Interesting. Thinking about that cake. Of course, it was funny, before this I was talking about wanting cake really, really badly to a friend of mine. But I have no cake. You stow the smoke pellets on one of your captalogue cards in your Sylladex. You still aren't totally sure what that means, but you are starting to get the hang of the vernacular at least. You have 2 empty captalogue cards remaining. I guess we're going to find out what's going to happen with them cards next time. Because I think when my computer announced that it was 1 o'clock, I probably spent too much time on this video. But who knows? I don't have a running tally of how long this actually is. So, be prepared for varying video lengths. So, this first one is probably going to be hella awkward before I realize, hey, you should probably put a timer on these things.